One of the things that I love about playing and collecting Nintendo games is finding those titles you either never heard of or never experienced. Today, I'd like to take a minute to talk about Jackal, one of my all-time favorite games, and a game that I feel doesn't get the attention it deserves. When it comes to military-type shooters, there are few that can come close to the awesomeness of Contra. But to me, Jackal is one of those games. Jackal is a top-down shooter where you control a jeep armed with a machine gun and grenades. You start at one end of a level and you have to fight your way through a swarm of enemy soldiers, tanks, other jeeps, bomb-dropping planes, landmines, missiles, and a bunch of other insane crap. Each level you also have the chance to rescue prisoners. It may not seem important, but these prisoners are the key to beating the game, since they give you power-ups and points, which means extra lives. The brown flashing prisoners upgrade your grenades to missiles, which move in a straight line and are faster than your grenades. Picking up multiple brown prisoners can upgrade your missiles further to give you splash damage, a must-have to beat this game. While you can upgrade your missiles, don't underestimate the importance of the machine gun. Growing up, I often relied on missiles only in boss fights, which was a huge mistake. The machine gun can do a ton of damage, and you can strafe left and right with it, so don't forget to use it. Jackal has some of the best controls I've ever experienced in a Nintendo game. You feel in complete control when driving your Jeep. This to me is what puts it in the upper echelon of great games. Simply put, the controls make the game feel fair, which is something a large number of Nintendo games fell short in delivering. The enemies are varied and challenging without too much cheapness. You rarely end up in a no survival situation, or as I like to call it, you don't get Nintendo'd. And the sound. The sound is just perfect. Every level has adrenaline-pumping music that really immerses you into the game. Play Jackal one time and the soundtrack will haunt you forever. I also have to point out how great the sound effects are. Each hit sounds and feels so satisfying, it really adds to the enjoyment of the game. Jackal also happens to be an incredible two-player game. Much like Contra, having a second player on the screen at the same time can add a new wrinkle to the challenge and adventure of trying to beat the game. Having to share the screen forces some serious coordination with your gaming partner if you want to survive. Lastly, that challenge is what sets apart Jackal from other games. The challenge is there, but it is never overwhelming. You never feel that you are about to face something hopeless or so difficult that you will become frustrated. I can't say I still don't get killed in the game and get mad, but it's almost always something that I could have avoided. Even in Contra, I still feel there are cheap deaths to be had, and that is something I never feel with Jackal. In the end, you fight a supersized tank, which is equal parts challenging and hilarious. Just remember to keep that machine gun on him. Once you finally beat the super tank, you get the classic Konami ending, helicopter flying in to rescue you. Jackal to me is one of the greatest games I have ever played, and for the life of me, I really do not understand why more people don't talk about it. All the time it's Mario, Mario, Zelda, Zelda, and Contra, Contra. What about all the other games? What about the unsung heroes of the NES library that provide endless entertainment but are just background noise to the Holy NES Trinity? Jackal deserves way more praise than it gets from people, and hopefully this small, semi-crappy video will help contribute to getting it the recognition it sorely deserves. If you don't own this game, I very strongly recommend that you go out and buy it. And fortunately, since it's not as popular as other games, Contra, you can get it really cheap. I hope this video helps inspire you to pick up the game and give it a shot. Thanks for watching.